Howdy. How's things? So, I haven't uploaded in a while. Matter of fact, last time I uploaded, I believe I was disappearing into my washing machine. So, yeah, it's been a minute. I also haven't been streaming that very much lately. And there's been a reason for that. And the reason is this monster outside my truck right now. By monster, I mean this warehouse that I have been working on now for about a month, I want to say. It is a devil of a job site, and I have been struggling to do anything lately. One of the big things about working in construction is that there's a lot of physical labor involved. You got to do a lot of heavy lifting, a lot of moving, and a lot of shaking. And this job has shook me. Just to give an example, yesterday I got home after about an hour drive, and it was about 5 o'clock in the evening, 5:30 in the evening whenever I got home. And first thing I did whenever I got inside was I took a shower. And then I went to sleep in the shower. I don't remember actually sitting down in the tub, but I had the hot water running and I sat down in the shower and fell asleep right there. And I only woke up because the water heater had been running for so very long that it had run completely out of hot water and I started getting splashed with cold water. And so I got up and I immediately dried myself off and went straight to bed. Didn't even eat dinner. I have not been eating a whole lot lately. I've definitely not been eating correctly. I'll eat little bits at a time, whatever I've got time to eat. But just in general, this job site is screwing me up in many, many ways. And that's why I have not been able to do anything on YouTube. And the only reason I'm mentioning it is because I've gotten messages and actually one phone call from about 9 or 10 people who have asked me, your uploading and streaming and all that sort of thing has been very sporadic lately. You good? And I'm good. I am. And I don't know. But getting these messages has at first been a little bit annoying because it's like, you don't know what I'm going through. Jesus Christ, have you seen this building? And of course you haven't. But it also made me think, dang, thanks for wondering. Thanks for noticing. Thanks for giving a fuck. So, that got me thinking. And I have been recording videos on my phone on the sly here a little bit lately. Nothing anything important, nothing, as marvelous and magnificent as unboxing a computer and making myself a little spot inside the box. I've just been recording basically while I've either been sitting in a lunch break or driving down the road. I'll put my phone over here in the passenger seat, such as it is, and then just talk. And I'll sit there and I'll talk for 15 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever. And I've been basically recounting things that I've done and memories from my childhood and dreams that I've had and my views on things and ideas that I've contemplated, and just doing it more to vent than for anything else. I haven't uploaded any of the videos. I was actually considering at one point uploading them and putting them in a private playlist just because I want to have something to look back on. I always used to keep a diary as a kid. I always had a black and white composition book that you buy at Walmart for like 99 cents, and it had 100 pages in it, and that's what I would use, and I would write a diary, and I would recount all the happenings of the day, and I would keep track of things and dates and times that things happened. And I recently was going through my library of books that I've got in my house, all these papers that I've got stacked up, and I found those 2 diaries that I had still that I have not lost. It was the first 2 diaries that I started writing, and I was about moved to tears with nostalgia from everything that I was reading. It was awesome to be able to look back at what I was thinking about and doing and how I viewed the world at the ripe old age of 14. And it made me want to just start doing the same thing nowadays. I'm not very good at writing. That's something that wasn't my strong suit then. But I don't have to write because I've got a phone with a very nice camera. 108 megapixels or whatever they said the S21 Ultra has. So I'm going to do that instead. And while nobody really would be interested in the dreams that I've had or the time that I was out hunting with my dog and I was assaulted by a herd of beavers. That actually happened. We'll talk about that some other time. But I've got stories that I like telling to family and to friends because I don't know. I like telling stories, but I also like. I'm going to sound like a narcissist for saying it, but I like attention, which is one of the reasons that I was so happy to see the couple of people that have messaged me asking about why I haven't been streaming very much lately, because that means a lot to me, that people give a fuck enough to actually ask me about it. And while to them it may not seem like a whole lot, like they get done watching their 100 other channels that they watch and they come down to this one channel that they've subscribed to for whatever fucking reason, and they're like, this guy really doesn't do a whole lot. You around, bro? Like, what's going on? That may be their perspective, but to me, let's crank the truck up because it's very, very hot in here. There we go. I have always been an extroverted guy who likes attention. The phone is shaking now. There we go. And it's just shaking worse. I'll do this. I have a history of being obnoxious and loud and people not really liking me because of that, because they're a captive audience. Like, my coworkers, for example, they get annoyed with me and start throwing water bottles and stuff at me because I'll start singing up on the scissor lift 40 feet in the air running Elvis MC, and then some of them think it's funny. It kind of reminds me a little bit, I was comparing my behavior earlier to my cousin, my little baby cousin, who whenever he was 3 years old, I remember one particular time where he was bonking me on the head with a pool noodle, one of those little floaty styrofoam noodles that you sit on in the pool and just relax and lay back. You don't have to get a big inflatable raft. He was bonking me on the head with one of those, and I was making this absurd reaction to it, and he thought it was hysterical. He'd bonk me on the head and go, "Ah!" And that'd be the reaction I'd make, like I was receiving some sort of mortal wound in some slapstick movie. And man, this phone is shaking so much. He thought it was hysterical, and so he kept doing it, and I kept reacting that way, and he thought it was the funniest thing. And that's kind of like the pain that I have afflicted on my coworkers out of sheer boredom, to be honest, because this job is fucking boring. I am a commercial electrician. That's what I do. I work on warehouses and factories and hospitals and schools, and you've heard me talk about it before. And it's really an annoyingly boring job. Like, it's repetitive. It pays the bills, and I'm not saying I would quit it. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. It's a lot of doing the same thing over and over again. It's one of those jobs that you just can't be excellent at. You could either do it or you can't. You could be able to put a screw into a hole, or where's the screw? Where's the hole? That's the kind of that's the skill level that you have to be able to do this kind of thing. Whenever you get to being an actual electrician and not just a helper, an electrician's helper or apprentice, you have to understand why you're doing things so that you can troubleshoot and so you can identify how to properly do something according to the National Electric Code. But that's the extent of it. You can't be fantastic, world-renowned electrician. That's not how it works. So this is a boring job. And that's why I like streaming and uploading on YouTube, because, the interaction that I get from that is just as much fun as the interaction that I get on the job site. Because really and truthfully, the only fun that you can have on this job in doing this kind of work is from your coworkers and from the relationships that you have and from the people that you talk to and from the people that you antagonize because it's funny. And that's why I've enjoyed streaming on YouTube, and I don't want anybody to hear that and compare me to somebody else and be like, well, are you saying you're feeling a sense of community, Mr. 100 and... I don't even remember how many subscribers I have. It's over 100. You're Mr. Small-Time Channel, and you think you're making a subscriber appreciation video where you're crying for 10 minutes about, this wonderful feeling that you get of a sense of community and bond with the people that view your channel, and you've got maybe 3 consecutive viewers at any given time, and you only know 9 or 10 of them. And I know that's not how I view it. I'm not comparing myself to a channel that has a metric or a number, a statistic. I know 9 or 10 people who consistently watch these videos, people like Finks, Ara, Jeff Bezos has money, or Jeff Bezos has no money. I don't, he either has money or he doesn't, and I think he doesn't. Valenard, Skia, the clown guy, Cannibal Clown? I don't remember what his name was. I have enjoyed being able to talk to you guys and to be able to spend time playing a video game and shooting to shit, as the saying goes. And I didn't quite realize it until recently, because I've been thinking about a lot of stuff, and so I want to do more uploading and streaming. Despite the challenge that I'm facing right now, I feel like I could upload more frequently, and that's how I'm going to do it, is through the whole venting process of making a video talking about something that I've done during the day or something that I did 10 years ago. And we're going to go with that. And I'm making this video, number one, to try and tell you that I'm having serious issues at work right now. And then also so that you can hold me to this, because I know I'll make this video and then upload it, and I won't upload again for another month and a half or something like that. Because it's hard to come home every night and feel like I'm dying from the fatigue and falling asleep in the shower or leaning on the washing machine or holding the fridge open. I was talking to somebody earlier this week, Monday, and was talking to him about the lighting circuit that I'm working on right now, and I fell asleep in the middle of talking to him, standing up, middle of a conversation. That's the kind of fatigue I'm dealing with right now. So it's not an easy thing to do, but it's a fun thing to do, to sit here holding a camera that is shaking constantly because of the engine that is running in my truck. But I'm going to do it anyways, and nobody might watch. People usually don't watch the things that I upload. I'll get 50 or 60 views within a short amount of time on a stream that I've done on AEOG or Irma 3, DayZ, something to that effect, and then the uploads that I make are stupid as hell, and so they might get 11 views, and that's okay. That's fine, because I'm not paying that much attention to the numbers. I'm paying attention to usernames of people who are consistently watching and who talk to me, because that's fun, because I like attention. But with that being said, I'm going to get back to work. I originally got in the truck because I was about to drive down there to the other end of the job site, half a mile away, so that I could get a bottle of water, because I'm starting to dry out a lot and I'm getting dehydrated, and I'm starting to see the veins pop out of my arms and hands, because that's what happens when I dehydrate. My skin draws back. So I'm going to go ahead and head out, but I will be uploading later on, possibly today, might be Thursday, I don't know. We'll figure something out, but I do want to do this more frequently, and I do want you to understand that I'm still around and I'm not stopping putting videos on the channel. And I do appreciate you for giving a fuck and for asking about it. There was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember. I'm sure I'll remember later. I'm also going to end with saying that I've never said anything about comments on a video. As a matter of fact, I've specifically said that I never want to ask for comments on a video, because I don't want to be like those other guys that make videos and they're like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content, and be sure to ring that notification bell so you can be notified of any other time that we might go live. And I'm not going to do that. But I will say that your comments on streams and videos have been, I'm depressingly close to the camera, have been entertaining to read and interesting to read. So if you do want to make fun of me in the comments and say that I'm being sappy or sentimental, or that I'm sweating a lot and it looks ugly, or that I have a very nasally voice, or that I look like Nicholas Hoult or something to that effect, I'll read it. I read every comment. Thank you very much. I'm thirsty. Goodbye.